Good evening, everyone. I'd like to call this meeting to order. We do have a certification of a quorum. At this time, I'd like to everyone to join the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Sure. Let's bow our heads. Our Father in heaven, we are grateful for all the wonderful things that you bless us with. We are grateful that you're the same yesterday, today, and forever. Father, it's a little hot, so we are asking that you would just help cool us down, but also give wisdom to our citizens in this town to be wary of the heat. Send us some relief, Father. We pray that you just bless this evening as we're together, that we would make decisions that are beneficial, that are uplifting, that are in your will for this city and for the people that live here in this city. We just continue to pray, Father, that and thank you for the abundance that we're already seeing, the movement, the increase in what things are going on in our town. We pray that you would just bless us continually, and we ask this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you. All right, at this time, we're going to move into item number 4. SUP 2026-02, an application by Raheel also proposal tenant with permission of property owner Cedar Village Shopping Center LLC for a special use permit to operate a smoke shop in a unit at approximately 0.6536 acres of Bruins Home Acres, Lot 59A, 62A, 63A-1. General location is 1406 North Mechanic, El Campo, Texas. That is open at this time. Any comments or anything?
There's one speaker, Mayor.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. Lana? Okay. You could say your name and address, please.
Yes, Lana Nimri, 12906 Island Falls Court. I am here to object the opening of a smoke shop because the increased visibility of tobacco and vaping products where many children and teens live can make them want to try it out. Also, the concern that businesses centered around nicotine products may normalize smoking and vaping for younger generations that would harm their health. And the well-documented addictive nature of nicotine and the public health concerns associated with its use, we all know that it's a harmful product. Also, a valuable commercial space like this should be used for businesses that would provide everyday services or help or support to the families instead of making them addicted to products that would harm them. And then the precedent that approving such a type of business in the future could set up for different other types of businesses. Like the next thing we could be here saying somebody wants to open an adult store video or a poker place. So it is very important the decision you make today affects the future of the town. And we all know the value of properties gets affected by this type of businesses because these kind of businesses bring, with them like break-ins, robberies, things like that. And especially this one is a drive-through one, so it makes it a lot easier for even our kids to come and obtain it. And let's say they ID everyone, like a 21-year-old or a 22 or 23 or 24, aren't those still our kids? So do we really want to give them such chemicals like that? And right now, they put in it spice. So if you Google spice and see what it is, it's a chemical made that is put in vaping. It's a lot cheaper for the seller is he's gonna profit way more money than, than the cannabis, but it's put in there, and that's more addictive. It's very harmful. It can cause seizures, fast heart rates, high blood pressure, organ failures, in some cases death. So I leave you with a question and say, the decision you make right now affects those kids. So do you really want to be the reason for those kids either getting sick or dying? I don't think so. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was it.
You wanna close it?
Close it.
Yes, we are closing at this time. All right. This time, we'll move into item number 5, public comments. We just had one public comment there, and
I believe there was one more, but on.
there's one
the
more, but
agenda.
on item number 3. Right. So we'll proceed on to item number 6, consent agenda.
Mayor, I move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Second.
We got a motion, a second on the floor for the approval of consent agenda as presented. All in favor? Motion passes. Thank you. Item number 7. 7.1. Ordinance authorizing a special use permit for the purpose of operating a smoke shop in a unit located at the hereinafter described tracts on parcels of land lying and being situated within the city limits of the city of El Campo, Borden County, Texas, and described as follows: 0.6536 acres of Bruns Homeacres Lot 59A, 62A, 63A-1, general location 1406 North Mechanic, El Campo, Texas 77437. Furthermore, shown as Exhibit A, attached hereto, and enacting other provisions incident and relating to the subject and purpose of this ordinance.
All right, good evening, council. In your packet is a full staff application report. Here are going to be the key highlights that we see in every meeting. This is for application SUP 202602, as Mayor read, for the operation of a smoke shop. This smoke shop is proposed to be located in a unit here. The dot is off center. It's actually going to be at the bottom section through the old drive-through area. This is the Ken Lipscomb Law Building, and that's Sonic just above it. It is surrounded by a mix of use types, so you have commercial, residential, commercial to the south, and multifamily residential across the street, which is your Paradigm Senior Living. It is just south of the old Sonic, which is a vacant parcel at this time. And then there is one individual residential property behind it, and that is between the Dollar Tree and the smaller condo unit property right there. And I think you can maybe see it in one of the back pictures, one of the backgrounds. These are images for the location that the applicant has in Wharton currently, and this is what it is proposed to look like inside. And these are the proposed signage components that they are also looking to use here. The site details, so at this time they do have an executed lease agreement. The proposed hours of operation are for Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 11, and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. is what that should say, not 109. They're looking to sell nicotine and tobacco products, CBD products, tobacco pipes, energy drinks, and novelty items. They are not planning on putting any window tinting inside the building. However, the building looks like it might already have the window tinting. There is an age restriction sign that is required by law that will go at the door, and the software has a built-in age restriction. There's also no lounge or seating area and no on-site samples. And as I just mentioned, they own one other location, which is currently in Wharton, and that is what you just saw in the pictures there. This particular application is eligible for approval based on your criteria for considering it says rezoning, but it should say special use applications. Apparently I didn't proofread this, I apologize. It is recommended for denial by the Planning and Zoning Commission, mostly because they they're not sure if their conditions are passing through council, so they just said denied. The potential conditions are up here if you do want to consider. So as council, you guys get the final determination, and planning and zoning is a recommending board. And so if you choose to approve it as opposed to honoring their recommendation, then you could put potential conditions in there as well. And so those are up here for discussion for you. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Mayor, I make a motion, we disapprove SUP 2026-02.
Second.
We got a motion and a second on the floor to disapprove SUP 2026-02. Any
Yeah.
discussion?
I'd be my wish that we never want to see one of these again in El Campo. I value our kids too much, and I value our town image too much to allow something like this to happen.
I'd also like to make a real quick comment. First of all, I want to applaud the young lady that came up and spoke clearly. It is my sentiment exactly. Thank you very much for showing up and speaking up.
We got a motion on the floor and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor for the denial of,
This is to deny, this is.
Denied,
Denied.
yes.
Deny it.
yeah, this is to deny, the SUP. Motion is denied. Thank you.
Motion carried, but the permit was denied.
Motion carried, but the,
Make the record.
yes,
Sorry.
yes, thank you, thank you. Yes, sir. Good?
Yes,
Good,
perfect.
okay.
Yes, the next 3 items have my name on them, so I'm just gonna hang out for you.
All right.
Just stay parked, Crystal, please.
So, item number 2, ordinance 2026-12. Repealing and replacing Article 6.05, Food Establishments, Division 5, Model Food Establishments of the City of El Campo, Code of Ordinances, removing city permitting requirements pursuant to Texas House Bill 2844 and Chapter 437B of the Texas Health and Safety Code, providing the state licensing and compliance with applicable state and local law provisions for location and operational regulations, and establishing an effective date.
Okay, that's a lot of words, but what this means is the state of Texas has decided that they are now the health entity for all mobile food units, and local jurisdictions can no longer do health permits or health inspections for these. What we've done is we've gone in and we've adjusted the ordinance. You'll see in your packet there was an ordinance summary report explaining these. But essentially we've gone in and removed any language that required permitting and inspection at the city level. What we did do is we transitioned that permitting to a registration process because we are keeping all of our other location regulations, our business regulations. And in order for us to be able to manage those, we have to know where the food trucks are parking. One of those rules requires the food trucks to have written permission from the property owners to be at that location, access to bathrooms in some cases. There's different nuances depending on where they're at and how often. And so we transition the permitting to a registration process. There's no fee for that, but that way the food trucks can come in and get registered with us, and we can document that proof of their location. And it has been reviewed by legal to make sure it matches that bill and those restrictions, and so that is what these changes consist of. Any questions?
Yeah, Crystal, you mentioned restrooms. I didn't see it anywhere in the text. Perhaps I
Should
missed it.
be in the original text. Let's see. So it's on page 54 of your packet. It's under operational guidelines, letter K. For any location where a mobile food establishment is proposed to stay for 3 hours or more, they have to have access to a flushable restroom.
That's new language for us, so that's proposed in the bill that,
That's
filtered down.
existing language, and we're retaining that.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, this is the section we're keeping in the location restrictions. We only took out permitting and then transitioned it to registration where we could.
Mayor, I move to approve 2026-12 as presented.
Second.
We got a motion and a second for the approval of Resolution 2026-12 as approved. As presented, sorry. All in favor? Motion passes. Thank you. Item number 3, Resolution R 2026-38, directing Planning and Zoning Commission to review a request for voluntary annexation and to request the Planning and Zoning Commission to make recommendation of zoning designation for same, and directing staff to prepare a municipal service agreement plan for providing extension of municipal services and right-of-way to the property to be annexed, providing for severability and a repealing clause, and establishing an effective date. At this time, we're gonna get Mr. Steve Cooper up to talk under his request to speak.
Howdy, Steve Cooper, 1204 Meadow Creek Drive, El Campo. Appreciate your time and consideration. I'm here as an agent for HKM Investments. They own the 75 acres from on the south of 59 from McCoy's over to Plashes Street, where there's a convenience store there across from it, and across from John Deere. I don't own any interest. They've asked me to help them on this project. They do have a contract with a very major truck center, travel center as they call it. I believe it's good for El Campo, so I'm in favor. If I didn't, I wouldn't be here. It's just that simple. They've got 75. They want to annex 10 of it to be able to sever it from the property they have. There's city water already there. Transportation, I understand talking to you, there might be some incentives to get back. That's why you built why we paid the money years ago to get feeder roads and have a reinvestment zone, correct?
Correct.
So that would actually come into play. Farmland now, and guess what? We can turn it into a little higher usage on ad valorem side, Ronnie. Help pay our taxes in our house. They're talking in terms of the best information we've had is that they're looking at around $150,000 per month in-store sales, along with fuel sales. Okay, be a major brand, top 100 Fortune company brand of fuel. So, excuse me. Looking at somewhere around 105 new employees working here around the clock. So overall, I'm here mainly because I think it's good for our city. I think it's what we're supposed to have the freeway for, and I think it'll help our taxes in a lot of different ways and help repair streets. So anything we can do, and I don't believe it's a burden being where it's at, is my personal opinion. Anything I could answer, I'd be glad to. And I appreciate your time and consideration. Thank you for your service.
I don't know if this question is for you, Mr. Cooper, or for some. What does request for voluntary annexation mean? I hope I'm not the only one that has that.
Let the planning director answer that question.
So voluntary annexation, it means that the city was approached by the property owner requesting that annexation.
Okay.
As you know, many years ago, the state took away the ability for us to force annexation. And so one of the ways that we can grow as a city is through voluntary annexation with development processes. In this particular case, as Mr. Cooper mentioned, it is proposed to be developed into a economic site, overnight, say that? And so in order for us to grow and for them to get access to the city, that is a development incentive where we can offer utility access through voluntary annexation.
That's perfect. I appreciate that.
Follow up real quickly. And here's the deal. They own the land, and the friends of mine, they're from Columbus, so don't hold it against them. We wouldn't let them come, anyway. Point being is that they could actually go drill a water well and could put in their own septic and do their own thing without any annexation on their own, but it doesn't help us. I'm sorry, you can't do that, okay? And actually get the tax dollars and do all the other things, so, real simple. So.
Thank you. That answers it.
Will there be truck repairs going on there too?
Not a,
No. So I'd think across the highway, I'm thinking that will greatly help James Wrecker Service too.
Yes, sir.
That already does tires and repairs and tire shop. That would be a benefit for another thing, a way to look at it.
Sure, yep.
Well, Mayor, I make a motion, if I may, to approve Resolution R 2026-38 as presented.
I'll second.
We got a motion and a second on the floor for the approval of Resolution R 2026-38.
I have a question.
Question?
Crystal, we're just approving for planning and zoning to begin the process with this, right? We expect to see it again at some point.
That's correct.
Correct.
You're required to direct us to enter into an agreement for services with them and then it goes to P and Z for the assignment of a zoning designation, then comes back to council for final approval after public notice and opportunity for hearing. So it'll come back to you in final form.
Yes, thank you, Ronnie.
We got a motion and a second on the floor. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion passes. Move on.
Thank you.
All right. Moving on to item number 4, Resolution R 2026-42, approving an agreement between the City of El Campo, Texas, and property owners. Let me start over. Resolution R 2026-42, approving an agreement between the City of El Campo, Texas, and property owners Pedro M. Mesa and Maria A. Mesa and Felipe C. Osorio for the extension of approximately 50 linear feet of water, wastewater sewer main lines, and approximately 40 linear feet of gravel road material on Franklin Street to the adjacent property line of the parcel owned by property owners located at 1102 Pinchot Street, El Campo, Texas.
All right, you guys, this one is my last one, I promise. In this request, so something Kevin and I have been doing to streamline and document processes is anytime that we allow the extension of utility infrastructure, either through the city, partially by the city, or fully through the property owners, we are starting a agreement process. And so what you see in your packet is that standard agreement that outlines what we're allowing them to do, so that in the future, if anyone comes back, we have it documented what was allowed. In this particular case, Franklin Street dead ends into a back half of a property that fronts on another street. Kaylee has a, yes, thank you. I don't know if you can tell the colors as well, but Lot 1 and Lot 2 are actually one whole handle-shaped lot right now. And the property owner is looking to subdivide it where that red line is, and then put one new house structure on the new Lot 2. In order for someone to subdivide land, we require the utility infrastructure and the right-of-way to be extended to the nearest edge of the property line. In this case, Franklin Street is a gravel road, and the utilities stop at the last house on the left and right. And so in order for me to allow them to divide this parcel to put a new house on that second lot, they have to extend the 50 feet of water, sewer, and gravel road base. And then once approved, we would allow them to proceed. We've provided a city-approved contractor, city-approved materials, and so this is fully funded by the actual property owner, not by the city in any way, but it is coming to you because we are documenting these agreements at this time. And so if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer those.
So, Crystal, all they have to do is extend the road right there, Franklin Street in the blue box, and then extend the utilities, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
And that is city limits?
It's in the city. Yeah. So it should be Palacios Street on the right there. Pinchot, I'm sorry.
Good job. And you did say that'd be no cost to the city. That's a homeowner's expense.
No cost to the city in this one. We have in the past funded labor in some cases, but these are customizable. In this case, it's zero cost to the city.
Anyone like to make a motion on Resolution R 2026-44?
Mayor, I move that we move forward with approval of Resolution R 2026-42 as presented.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor for the approval of Resolution R 2026-42 as presented? All in favor? Motion passes.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Crystal.
Moving on to item number 5, Resolution R 2026-44, authorizing renewal of liability and property insurance coverages through Texas Municipal Intergovernmental Risk Pool for fiscal year 2027, and authorizing the city manager or designee to execute all related documents.
Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. We are asking permission to renew with TML ILRP. We've been with them for several decades, and we've received excellent service. Funds are included in the proposed budget to meet this need. So asking council to approve Resolution R 2026-44 this evening.
Mayor, I move to approve Resolution R 2026-44 as presented.
Second.
We got a motion and a second on the floor for the approval of Resolution R 2026-44. Discussion?
My only question is how big of an increase did you budget in versus what actually came in? So it came in at 1.3% higher. Did you guys figure 3 or 5 or? Were you surprised with the 1.3% increase?
No.
Were you pleasantly surprised?
We were pleasantly surprised, yes.
Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion passes. Thank you. Moving on to item number 6, Resolution R 2026-45, authorizing a solid waste contract between Texas Disposal Systems and the City of El Campo for a 5-year term effective 10/01/2026.
Yes, council has approved the waste service provider TDS with a 5-year contract. This is that contract. Included in your packet was a copy of the draft contract that was reviewed not only by our attorney but by TDS's attorneys, and was submitted to the Solid Waste Committee, as well as provided made available in this packet previously so that you could review it today and provide your feedback. As a reminder, this contract is effective 10/1, so it is important that we adopt this contract so that we can have the required hearings for the rates as mandated by your city charter. And so that is why Mr. Griffin is in the audience tonight. If you have any questions, he will be happy to answer them, or I can attempt to answer them. And with that, I will open it up to you, Mayor.
Would anyone like to make a motion on Resolution R 2026-45?
Mayor, I make a motion to approve Resolution R 2026-45 as presented.
I'll second it.
We got a motion and a second. Discussion?
I'd like to say, Mr. Griffin, I appreciate it that you did include the senior citizen discount that I asked for. And I know that there's going to be like 1,200 senior citizens that are going to appreciate that very much too.
I thought it was 900, but we'll grow.
It's like 12, isn't it, Courtney?
Yeah, it's like 1,200.
1,200, yeah.
That's fine. What we did was we prepared 2 identical contracts. The only difference is one has the rate for the seniors and one does not.
Yeah, and council needs to let us know their prerogative on that.
So it's up to you, whichever one you want. It's same services.
So
Go ahead.
I have a question with that, because we're subsidizing the seniors fairly pretty good. What would be the difference if we didn't subsidize the seniors? In price? I mean, would we see a change in the?
Is it okay if I request that Mr. Griffin steps, because I've watched this before in the public, that we stream this and it's not.
I'm James Griffin with Texas Disposal Systems. It turned out to be a lot less than what I expected, in all honesty. But and we thought the figure was 900, but we'll live with it either way. We gave you the rate that we felt like was the best that we could do and provide the services that we're providing, because we did expand the services significantly. But with all we did was take the total, calculate in a lower rate, and so you're talking about $5 less for seniors, but only $1.15 more for everybody else.
Thanks.
So if you go without the senior rate, you're at $29.32. I believe that's correct, $29.32. And if you go with the senior rate, then you're at $29.32 is that one. And with the senior rate, I'm sorry,
3047.
it's, yeah.
Right.
you're at $30.47, with $25.59 being for seniors. So either way is fine with us. Any other questions?
All right. Any further discussion?
I think we need to know which one,
Yeah, we
which
gotta-
direction you're going, council, so we can
I would,
prepare notices.
What's the presented way? With the senior discount?
Go ahead, Kaylee.
That's where I was gonna make sure it's presented with the senior discount. So
Correct.
if y'all are saying as presented,
That's what's on the floor is as
that
presented.
is what is on the.
Thank you for the clarification.
How do you define seniors? Is it per property owner, or is it the person who pays the bill?
We don't decide that. The city is to provide us with a list, and it's supposed to be, I believe, 65 and over, right?
Correct.
But
how do
that's
you-
not the
is it
question.
The holder of the account then?
Is it the owner of the property, or is it the payer of the bill?
Isn't it if they have the utility discount applied to
Yeah.
their account?
It's the
Correct.
utility.
utility, it should be the utility.
Water, you do the same thing for water right now. And it's based upon the.
They're
account.
asking, finance administers this, they're asking what qualifies for the senior discount. Is it by property owner, and is it applicable to more than one property?
No, so the senior discount can, sorry.
So the senior discount can only be applied to one property, and it has to match the driver's license that you present us with the age qualifying it. The other thing I need clarification on, is this just seniors or seniors and disabled? Because we have a water sewer rate that matches for disabled, which there's like a handful, there's not a lot.
That's the difference in our numbers.
Oh, that's a different.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's not a whole lot on the disabled,
there's several,
but there's some.
yeah.
I'd say 300.
I can pull the bill calc and tell you for sure. But yeah, so you can only apply it to one address, and your address on your ID that we verify the age to qualify it has to match the address on the water account.
Yeah.
But
We've had to,
I'd just like to say,
Tighten
I
that
do appreciate them doing that, but I'm still not gonna vote for it, because it wasn't the best bid.
okay. Thank you.
The only question I have is, does it, James, does it change the game? Because it looked like we caught you off guard there with the additional 300. So is that gonna change anything in the contract right now, or? Okay, thank you.
All right, we got a motion and a second on the floor for the approval of resolution R 2026-45 with the senior discount.
Yes.
Is there any further discussion? All in favor? All opposed? Motion passes as presented. Thank y'all. Now we're gonna move on to item number 7.
Mind if I give you this? There's two copies, two signature pages there. I've already signed it.
Okay.
Do that and I'll get it from you.
Sounds good, thank you.
Moving on to item number 7, Civic Center Main Hall Audio Video Equipment Replacement and Options and Funding.
Yes, and I apologize for the vagueness in the agenda item. You can thank our Texas legislature for that. Our publishing requirements do not give us enough time to get decisions made to include in the packet sometimes, and this is one of those instances. We do have more information on this. So we are aware of some issues with the audio-video equipment in the main hall at the Civic Center. We've received a number of complaints regarding sound, the quality of the images on those projectors, and they are quite old. We reached out for quotes. Although this is under $100,000, I am bringing it to you because we're proposing to use the Civic Center fund balance, so will not affect your property taxes or your general fund at all. Originally, we asked for quotes to replace the projectors, but the vendor that did the equipment replacement in the Doosan room is the vendor that was one of the vendors that came out to make the evaluation, and he suggested a video wall. And that was a new concept to myself and others in this building that were part of this process. There are a number of advantages, obviously, as video wall, because it would, you would not need to dim the lights. The panels can be replaced rather than the entire projector. Projectors are going out. There's an example on your screen, and please ignore that lower left image. They took a picture with a cell phone, so obviously it kind of blurred the image. But the point still stands. The video wall is a more expensive option. At this time, we took it to the CDC to ask if they could commit any funding to this. And today, this afternoon, the CDC unanimously approved to split the cost with us for the video wall. The total cost of that is around, it's $84,846.35. And so we're asking tonight for council to take that remaining balance, and let me get you that number, I apologize. I'm sorry, is it 78,000?
Yeah, they included tax not knowing, it's 78 and some change, so it's right under 40,000 for our half.
Let's call it 40,000 to make sure that there aren't any issues coming out of fund balance. Obviously, we will go up to, let's set the ceiling at 40,000 if council elects to do this. So the city and the CDC would be splitting this cost. It sounds like the work is guaranteed. There's a warranty on the wall. We're told it's not indestructible, but it's very difficult to damage it. And so we're kind of excited about this opportunity, and the CDC would, again, split that cost with us. You carry a large fund balance in your Civic Center fund. Your fund balance at the end of last year was $167,894. This would come from there. I'll remind you that we have an air conditioning replacement on its way that will eat around 30,000 of that 167. So our ask tonight is that council approve proceeding with the split of the video wall for the main hall at the Civic Center.
Where would this video screen be placed?
There will be two.
Two, one on each side?
One on each
Okay,
side.
Okay, each side of the stage.
Each side of the stage, yes. It would replace the existing projectors.
So you have a 12-foot and a 24-foot.
We would be doing is it a 12 by 8 or 13? What is it? 13 by 8 on each side.
How does that compare to the projector size that are there? Probably that's a lot bigger, I would assume.
They're, I think they're pretty comparable size-wise to the screens. That's what he quoted.
That's good.
He's also making sound improvements. One of the issues that we continually face is that people go back to the soundboard and they adjust it, and they adjust to the settings, which has created, as you can imagine, some real nightmares when addressing issues, and is part of the reason we get so many complaints is because people are adjusting our equipment. So they'll be provided an iPad touchscreen where they can adjust the volume and wirelessly plug into our screens.
Is this a local company?
They're out of Richmond. Is that right? What? Oh, I apologize, the Woodlands. But they, as I mentioned earlier, they did the work on the Doosan room.
Is this going to require us to, assuming it's approved and installed, we need to revamp some of our language in the Civic Center rentals and take into account this new investment and it not being, it's going to be on the wall full-time, perhaps bigger types of deposits and that kind of stuff?
Yeah, we will definitely look at amending that in case a panel is damaged.
I mean, you guys were pitched this deal, so we don't know. They say that it's virtually indestructible. We'll trust your judgment that y'all believe that.
We do.
We'll see.
I just have a.
It's not a challenge, though.
Yeah, I have a comment.
Councilmember Barger.
With video walls and the display is going to be an incredible improvement for one.
It's 4K.
Yeah, it is. I've been there with videos and so forth, and this is going to improve a lot. Destructibility, I mean, you can destroy anything if you have the mind to do that, but it is resilient, very much.
Go ahead, Blake.
I'm a little confused though if someone were to make a motion here, is it as presented? I mean, is it presented clearly here?
I think the verbiage might be.
This is not an action item.
It is not an action item, okay?
Budget is, I think the
It-
action would be approved purchase of Civic Center main hall audio, video equipment for an amount up to 40,000?
Correct. That's what I'm looking for. I think where Ronnie's coming from is my statement earlier that I said that this does not require council approval because your city charter authorizes me for all expenditures up to 100,000. I chose to take this to you, number one, because it's so critical as an aspect of our community center, but number two, because you will be seeing a budget amendment that reflects this coming out of fund balance if approved tonight.
Yeah, what type of warranty do they offer, and what's the, how long would it, how good's it for? Do they give you any ideas on that?
Do you remember what the warranty was for?
It's a 2-year manufacturer's warranty on the equipment, and then they have a 90-day, like a service plan for if we have any issues, they come out with no service fees.
And how long do you expect it to last, Brittany, for 90 grand? Like, is it gonna last for 20 years, 15 years, 10 years?
I think they last for a while, and the other thing, because we specifically asked about it being damaged, just being kids there, people drinking, because people tend to get a little destructive sometimes. It's not, if something gets damaged, you can just replace that panel, and that panel individually is not as expensive as putting the whole thing and the software up.
Tech, 10 years or less.
Yeah.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
But I'm saying 10 years or less. You're not gonna get 20 out of something like this.
No.
That's what I'm thinking.
Do we need a motion?
Yes.
I make a motion, we spend $40,000 and split it with the CDC for the upgrade Civic Center project.
Second.
Got a motion, a second on the floor for the approval of item number 7 as presented, up to 40,000. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion passes.
It's gonna be nice.
Moving on to item number 8, reports.
Unfortunately, this tax year has resulted in some numbers changing. We are just including this for your information. You have already accepted this report as required by Truth in Taxation. We just wanted to make you aware of the slight change in that voter approval rate. It should be noted you're nowhere near the voter approval rate. Does not change anything for you going forward. We just wanted you to be made aware that the voter approval rate is not 69 cents. It's actually 56 cents. This was a mistake by in the software by the tax assessor, not the city of El Campo, and they were the one that found it, identified it, and pointed it out to us. So it is in your packet and provided for your information. Again, it does not affect you going forward. We just wanted to make you aware of that change. And that is all we have to report on that.
Any further discussion on this? If not, this meeting is adjourned. Thank y'all.
I didn't say.